Hi, guys, and welcome to Rufus and Doofus. My name's Chico, and I'll be your host today. And for those of you guys that were wondering where Rufus is, he's home today. I have to do some work under the coach, and he's very, very nosy, and I don't want him to get hurt under there. We're going to attempt to change the fuel filter today. And the job is made a little easier by the fact that the coach has hydraulic jacks. And what I've done is I've raised the front of the coach up on the jacks to get a little more clearance under there. And to my surprise and amazement, they work perfectly. Actually, I'm not surprised. He said that they did work perfectly, but it's nice to know that they do function for me. And real nice feature. I'm just going to show you what it looks like with it jacked up. It's great if you have to change a tire, and it's obviously great when you're in a campsite to keep the motorhome level, because it's just more comfortable that way, and things don't roll off the counter. Nice feature. So just let me show you the coach jacked up, and I'll show you the jacks underneath. Completely automatic, except for the fact that I do have to manually level it. But the jacks go down nice and smoothly all by themselves, and they're controlled by a lever inside the coach. So let me show you. As you can see, the tire is up off the ground, and even here in the dirt where they've kind of settled their way in, there's still plenty of clearance to change the tire if I had to. I want to kind of work fast because I didn't put anything under the jacks right now. The ground is pretty firm. It was muddy, that's why I held off, but it seems pretty solid. It's all sand. But I'm not going to leave it up like this overnight. I don't think I want to do that. So that's what she looks like jacked up. And let me show you the jacks underneath. There's one of the jacks. And if you look across, you can see the other one. So nice little feature. They're working great. I'm going to put a little WD-40 on them just to keep them working great. And they should give us plenty of service. Alright, so now I got to crawl under this baby and see what I can do with that gas filter. See you in a little bit. Well, the light's not very good down here, but there's our gas filter and some clips. And this looks like those new fangled ones that you have to have a special tool to get off. So looks like I'm going to have to make a trip down to AutoZone. But it shouldn't be too bad once we get the right tool. That's a pretty good size filter. I'm hoping that's the only one in line. It's mounted on the inside rail of the driver's side. If anybody has a Damon Intruder 1998, that's where I would start looking for the fuel filter. And it's about, I would say, a third of the way down the coach, not too far from the transmission. I'd say maybe 3 feet from the transmission. So again, that's for you Damon Intruder guys out there that want to change your filter. Here's a nice view of the jacks in the down position. Okay, as I say, I'm not going to leave them like this overnight, because when it rains it gets muddy over here, and I really should have some wood under there, but it's pretty solid. This ground is really packed sand. And as you can see, the coach looks pretty good down here. No major rust or anything. Nice and clean. Looks like the bottom is in really good shape, and that's always good news. I love it. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. I'm going to see if I can go find a tool and a gas filter for that baby. Well, actually, I'm going to have to get it out of there first, so let me go grab some tools. We'll start with a well, actually, I'm going to need the tool to get it out to see what kind of gas filter we have in there. So, oh well, I used to like the screw-in ones, or the ones with the regular nuts on the end that you could unscrew. Okay, we'll see you in a little bit, guys. Don't go away. Right here are two clips. There's one on each side. And what they do after you put the gas filter in is make sure it's not going to go anywhere. So that's the first step in taking this off. And I can't seem to get this off. It looks like these things spread open. I don't have any tools down here yet. And I wanted to see if I could get a number off it, save myself a trip. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Alright, hang in there. Alright, well, I'm back from AutoZone, and I had to pick up a excuse me, fuel filter remover tool. And the last time I looked for a fuel filter removal tool, they were all plastic. But today I was down at AutoZone and I picked up one of these, and it's number one, it's made out of metal, which is nice. Number two, they're all connected, so you can't lose them as easily. All the other ones that I've ever seen were all individual plastic things that fit around the fuel line and then did their job. And when you put them away, you know, finding them again was not good. You probably wouldn't find them. So this one here I like because it's kind of universal. It does a bunch of different sizes, and it's all held together in the center on this little hinge. So we're going to try that today. It's a little dark under there. I hope you can see what we're going to do. So let's open her up, and just a quick overview of this thing. I'm not sure what that fuel line is, but I think it's 3/8. I'm not sure. This one here is capable of doing a 3/4, a 5/8, a half, and a 3/8 fuel line. So, you know, it's going to come in handy, not just for this vehicle. And you can see that you can, you know, adjust it to different sizes. And basically what this does is there's a fitting in there that's got like a bulge around it, like a barb, but I don't know if I'd call it a barb. And it's held in so that with a piece that you have to slide in, you have to get under it, and then the fuel filter would pop off. And that's why these have that little protrusion there. That's what that's for. And like I said, this one here, you can do all different sizes of fuel line. I'd hate to own whatever ran on that thing. Look at the size of that, huh? I mean, holy smokes. That's probably 2 gallons to the mile on that thing. Yeah, big one. Alrighty. So we're going to try that. And then also, I wanted to mention to you that I got a hold of a battery, being that we're here, and I went to AutoZone, and I wasn't sure if it was good or not. Actually, the person that gave it to me wasn't sure either. Well, they said it was probably good. It's not that old a battery, and it's a marine battery, so it's capable of starting and also deep cycle. So had it load tested, and it tested very well. It tested like it was brand new. So we're going to be adding that 12-volt battery to our coach also, with a little modification, and we're going to put it in parallel with the 2 6-volts that I have in there already. So we're starting to build up some storage here for those solar panels. I had a question by a couple of folks as to what's the difference between a golf cart battery and a regular car battery. There is quite a bit of difference, and I'm not going to get into it too deeply, but just very basically, okay? A car battery is got cranking amps. It's designed to give up its power quickly. After it starts the car, it really, you know, the alternator kind of keeps the battery charged and keeps everything going in the car. So the battery is made to supply a lot of power very quickly, not over a continuous amount of time. The plates in the battery, the lead plates that are submerged in the electrolyte, are usually much thinner than what would be in a deep cycle battery, such as a golf cart battery. A golf cart battery or a deep cycle battery has very thick lead plates suspended in the electrolyte, and they are meant to give up their power over a range of time, and also can be discharged more deeply than a regular car battery. If you want to keep a deep cycle battery in the optimum shape, the key is to never discharge it below 50% of its capacity. And that can be obtained by a good controller converter, and also uh, giving it the right amount of voltage to charge as it goes through its charging cycle. So lots of power at first, then what they call an absorption charge, and then a trickle charge, and then also a equalization maintenance charge, which is actually a burst of power over a small period of time, and then it relaxes back to the trickle charge or maintenance charge. And what that does is it tries to prevent sulfurization that occurs on the plates. So if you charge an RV battery improperly, it could last maybe a year. It'll boil off, it'll do all kinds of different things. It won't get charged when it's supposed to. And if you maintain it properly with a smart charger, it can last up to 7 years. So there's a big difference there, and they cost a lot of money. Not to mention the inconvenience and labor of taking it in and out, and, the whole 9 yards. So that's just a quick rundown on the battery. The only reason I mentioned it was because I got one, and guess who gave it to me? It was Larry. Larry loves to fish, so we bought a little fishing boat that runs off of battery. And Larry wanted to put a new battery in it because he wanted to be sure, number one, that it was a good battery, and number two, he wanted to see how long the longevity would be on it if he maintained it properly. So he gave me this battery, and he said, he thought it was good. There wasn't any reason to suspect that it wasn't. It took a charge. But he said, take it down to AutoZone and give it a load test. And I was going to do that anyway because there's no sense putting a battery in that can't handle things. Well, this battery checked out real well, so I'm real happy about that. And I can't say enough good things about Larry. So that's it on the battery. Let's get back to our task at hand here, which is to take that fuel filter out of there. At this point, I've encountered a problem trying to get it out of the clamp that it's in, but I think that might be partially due to the fact that it's still connected to the line, and it's not giving me enough clearance to actually pop it out of the clamp that it's in. Alright, so I'm going to crawl under this big bad boy here and see if we can get that fuel filter out of there, and that'll be a project completed for today. So let's go. Let's get under that baby. Put your overalls on. We're going in. Alright, guys. I got a real bad angle on the camera there. I can't get it any better. And I can't find my tool. Oh, there it is. My tool. Let's see if we can get this thing off of here. Alright. See if we got enough room. You son of a gun. Yeah, perfect. Now, will it work? Well, not as easy as we wanted it to be. I think it's the right size. Ah, man. Quick disconnect my ass. Alright, let's try the other side first. Got a little more room. This is no day at the beach. Well, that ain't working. It should be the right size. Guess what? There's a pay right in the ass. I'm thinking I got the wrong size here. It's supposed to fit them all. Should have got the old trusty ones that I always work with. What was I thinking, huh? Damn. Well, just doesn't seem like it wants to go in there. That's the smallest size. Can't tell. It's just too big. Nope. Isn't gonna fit. Alright, we gotta go back. We gotta go back. I don't know why I didn't just stick with the ones I knew. This looked like a good idea, but obviously it's not. And that's the smallest size, so that's not gonna work. Alrighty. Back to the drawing board. Alright, we had to make another trip to AutoZone. The other fuel line thing didn't work. It was too big. I thought that this was a 3/8. It's a Ford. And on the thing it said, you know, that it would work on a Ford. So apparently it's a different fuel line here. So we got ourselves a 5/16, and this was actually cheaper. So if you know the size of your fuel line, you can save a few bucks instead of getting one that fits a multi assortment of fuel lines. This one should do it. 5/16. You know, under there in the dark and everything, it looked like it was a little bigger, but apparently not. So let's get her out of the package. And this one works a little differently. The end result is the same, but the way you put it on is a little different. You have to spread that apart. Yep, spread it apart. Get around the fuel line, push it in, and what that does is those little clamps there that hold on to that thing, it gets in between there and opens them up, and you can slide the filter out. Quick disconnect, they call it. Probably designed for a robot, because it sure ain't quick. At least I don't think it's quick. I almost said S-H, but I didn't. I held myself back. All right, here we go. Under the motorhome again. Here we are in that familiar awkward position again. I know you can't see much up there, but I haven't got any place else to mount it. And we're gonna try and get this on here. Get that stupid clip out of the way. Spread that apart. Hopefully. All right. It's on there. Looks like it's gonna work. Maybe. Oh. Oh yeah, quick disconnect my ass. These things were a pain. Oh! Yeah. Well, guess what? It came apart and I got a nice mouthful of unleaded fuel. So we'll let that drip out a little bit. Not a good time to have a spark or anything happen down here. Let's see if I can put that up there where it won't leak on me. Whew. I'll tell you, what a bear. I'll show you that fitting close up when we get out from under here. Boy, I didn't think I was ever going to get that out. All right. Now we do the back one. And we'll probably get more fuel dumping on us. Boy, I'll tell you, these are not easy. Don't, son of a gun, get off of there. Nope. No, come out. Oh, we're halfway there. There we go. And now we got a little drainage going on. All right. I'll tell you, man. Quick disconnect, huh? I'm gonna take a nap down here for a minute. Holy moly. Yep. You see the drippy? That's fuel. Yep. So, make a note. Damon Intruder, 1998, 35.2. Fuel filter line is 5/16 of an inch. Not 3/8, 5/16 of an inch. All right, now we can try and get that filter out of there. Whew. What a bear. Ugh. Oh my God, that clamp is tight. It's supposed to spread apart. God darn it. Christmas. If somebody don't light me on fire, I'll be fine. You know what the interesting part is? I'm not even sure if this fuel filter is a problem. I just don't want to take a chance. Because when we had to ride home, we had some spitting and sputtering, and I mean, this canister must hold a gallon, for Christ's sake. Yeah, but that's what that clamp looks like there. And I'll tell you, that is no day at the beach to get out. Oh, man. And not to mention, very, very awkward position. Laying on my back underneath a big motorhome. And crap falling on your face. All right, Chico, enough bitching. Get the job done. Good. Okay. So, let's crawl out from underneath this thing. Okay, boys and girls, there it is. Right there. I want to show you what we were talking about with this tool. The hose fitting slides over this, and it's kind of like one way, so it slides over there and then grabs on to this protrusion here, this ring. And what this tool does is when you put it on there, it goes around the fuel line. See, it opens up, okay, and then it goes on there, and what it does is it opens up those jaws. See how that goes flush right to that ring? And then the fuel filter slides off easily. Yeah, right, easily. Yeah, you were witnesses, man. It ain't nothing easy about it. All right, so this baby here is a WIX 33, and having a little trouble reading the number. It's 3396, I believe. So that's what we need. Not sure if it's dirty or not, but you know, when I took it out of there, the flow is this way, which means any contaminants would be caught on this side of the filter. When I pulled it out of there, the stuff that dripped out of here looked clean, and then when I flipped it over this way and the fuel ran out, it had a Coca-Cola looking thing to it. And I'm sure that when we take this home, if we cut it apart just to see what's in there, I'm sure we'll find a bunch of junk. But I think it's a cheap investment to put a new one in. And now, I say cheap now, let's go see how much this thing costs. Can't be that much, you know, but we'll see. All right, so I wanted to show you that. And off we go again to AutoZone. I'll never forget where that is, I'll tell you. All right, we're back from our trip to AutoZone. I'm hoping it's the last one. No more trips, please. And there it is. We found it. Yeah, made by Purolator. And as you will see, it matches up perfectly. There you go. Same thing. One's new, one's old. This one feels slightly heavier. Must have some poo-poo in there. And it's still dripping all over me. I smell like gas. And these clips, they gave me extra clips, but guess what? The clips that were on there and on the coach originally are better than that, and they're metal, and they're still good, and they're going to secure that thing so it doesn't move back and forth like it would ever move back and forth. I'm telling you, that thing was in there. So we're going underneath again. I'm not looking forward to this, but hopefully this is going to go on easier than it came off. We'll see. So put your coveralls back on. We're going in. All right, boys and girls, here we are again. And just got to make sure we get this. Okay, the flow is that way. So that's the way it's got to go. Now we're going to try and put it back in this clamp. Man, I'll tell you, they did not make this easy. Oh. It's almost on, but not quite. Ain't going on the way it's supposed to. Wow. Did you hear that snap? Holy mackerel. Thank God it didn't bite me. Alright, but it's in there. Now we're going to slip the fitties back on. What do you know? That went on real easy. I shouldn't speak too soon. Let's see if the back one goes on nice and easy. I heard something click. Yeah. She went on. And now we're just going to put that clip back up there. The safety clip. Guess what? Success. Yep. I get the camera here. I'll show you what I mean. There she is. And if anybody says anything about the framing being poor, I will not be happy. I am cramped down here. Not an easy thing. But there's our brand new fuel filter, all clipped up properly. Now we get to go in the coach and see if she'll start. Okay. Whew, I should take a nap down here. We'll see you in a little bit. All right, here we are in the vehicle, and we're going to see if Guzz will start right up. I'm sure it's going to take a couple of cranks, get the fuel back into the engine, but let's see what happens. I'm going to have to move the camera a little bit. Here we go. Almost. What do you know? Guzz is getting all the fuel she wants now. That's interesting. My tank just said it's full. I wonder how that happened. I'll have to see if that resets. It shouldn't have anything to do with pulling a fuel line out. Unless there was a wire down there that I moved around. But I got a feeling that just may reset. At least I hope so. If not, we know where we were, so. She's getting gas. Alright. Lower the jacks and we'll be all set for today. So, let me show you where the jacks are. If you can see down there, that's the jack panel. You know, right now it's on off. I'm going to turn it on, and then I'm going to pull this back, and there they go. She went down. So looks to me like everything is good, except it's telling me that the one is extended. Oop. Well, we'll check it out manually, but that's where the panel is. So we should be good. Put that back up. That back up. Yeah, I'm still getting a light on that one telling me it's extended. Alright, we'll check it out. And that's the jacks. I think they're all down. We just got to go outside and check. We don't need another problem with those, but actually I didn't have any problem with those, but we don't need a problem with those. So let's go see what's going on. Well, it looks like our fuel gauge went back down to where it should be. She's no longer pegged, so that's a good sign. And our fuel filter installation is complete. I love it. Well guys, that ends our projects for today, replacing the fuel pump. I just went to let down the jacks, and it seems like the driver's side front jack is hung up. I don't think right now it's a major problem. It might be because I was in dirt and it might not be able to release itself. So I'm all filthy and dirty and tired right now, and Rufus is probably holding his you-know-what because he's got to go pee-pee pretty soon. So I'm going to get out of here, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. There's plenty more good stuff coming. Okay, we haven't gotten to that gas tank yet, that filler line, so I think maybe tomorrow, if we don't have too much problem with that jack, we'll address that. So until next time, you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye.